Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and we bullshit. Well, actually, over the last few weeks, we've been bullshitting about Nintendo. And guess what? This particular week, we're going to start out exactly the same way. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
If the question is whether or not Nintendo is relevant as a company anymore, you have to look no farther than fucking Google to find out. All right? Google, since we're at the end of 2016, on the Google Trends page, in their year-in searches, they went ahead and they summed up, okay, these are the top 10 searches that were made for 2016. Okay, in 2016, globally, Pokemon Go was the #1 thing searched on Google. Now, if we look down the list here on all the things that are relevant to gaming and consumer technology, in consumer technology, the Nintendo Switch came in at #9, and this is globally, worldwide. Now, you may be thinking, well, all right, so they're #9. So where the hell did Microsoft and Sony show up? Guess what? None of the other game consoles showed up in the top 10 at all globally, okay? But fuck that. We're here in the United States, so let's go ahead and let's see what happened with the United States. Well, when it comes to Google, for 2016 in the United States, Pokemon Go was #4 overall, okay? In consumer technology, the Nintendo Switch was #5. The NES Classic Edition was #7. And at the bottom of it, the PlayStation VR was #9, and the PS4 Pro was #10. Microsoft did not did not show up anywhere in consumer tech for United States. Now, in the United States and also in globally, as far as consumer tech goes, the only other things that were there as far as what was filling up the slots was pretty much smartphones and mobile devices. So, here's the thing that there's a reason why I go ahead and bring this up, and there's a reason why I want to talk about this, especially with you guys. Okay, and there's a reason why I want to talk about this on fucking camera in front of everybody, and also everybody out there on YouTube. Okay, because there's a lot of gamers out there saying, "Why doesn't Nintendo just quit? Why don't they just go third party? Are they even fucking relevant anymore?" Guess what, hardcore gamer? For every one of you, there's at least 20 fucking casual gamers and 20 fucking casual consumers who go out of their way and may be interested in fucking video games, okay? Now, if you wanted to see where their interests lie, the things that pique their curiosity, this is a fucking search engine that we're talking about, then you don't have to look much farther than Google, because they're the biggest fucking search engine on fucking earth, okay? So if you're sitting there saying, oh man, they're not relevant to the fucking industry anymore, in the eyes of the masses, of the general consumer, Microsoft and Sony didn't even fucking register.
Let me add something real quick. I did a Google search, and according to Google, there is 1.3 billion gamers in this world. People that play games.
So about a fifth of the planet, okay?
And so put that into the same numbers that you just did with the Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo is relevant.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, okay, I'm going to stop myself here because I don't want to feel like I'm setting this video like I'm filleting Nintendo, okay? I am not, okay? They would have to do a lot for me just to go ahead and lick the tip, okay? The thing about this is, and the thing is, we're going to prove that we're not, because there's a lot of shit that I will rant on later on when it comes to Nintendo, all right? But when it comes to games and everything else, a lot of people, the hardcore gamers, the fucking adult gamers, all right, the guys who think that piss and poop jokes and saying fuck equates to mature in a fucking game, all right. What these guys don't sit there and realize is that like we've said before, the one thing that, like I've said before, okay, what we've also said before, we're also going to repeat that later, but I'll leave that up to somebody else to say because it's going to come up. All right. But like I've said before, the one thing that Nintendo does is that they know how to go ahead and grab casual players. Not only casual players, the motherfuckers who are lapsed players, guys who've left gaming, who decide, hey, look, this is just a kid thing. You know, I've got adult shit to do. They leave for a while, and then all of a sudden something comes up. Oh, what's this Pokemon Go bullshit? Oh, hey, look, it's Pokemon on the phone. Ah, this is kind of cool. You know, I used to play that. Fuck. You know, do they even make fucking Game Boys anymore? They don't. What? They got DSs now? There's 3DS? Oh, how much is it? Oh, it's less than $150. Let me go ahead and fucking get that. They've got a new Pokemon on the way. Let me go ahead and fucking get that. Nintendo, the one thing that, look, for as far as Microsoft and Sony goes out of the way and that caters to their hardcore fucking fan base, all right, a lot of that hardcore fan base started out as Nintendo fucking fans, all right? Guess what? That hardcore fucking fan base, who may have been hardcore as a fucking teenager, when their parents bought them all their bullshit, okay, and they didn't have to pay for their own fucking thing, and then they decided to go ahead and become fucking adults, and they had adult shit to worry about, okay? Those gamers, when they left that particular sphere, you know what brought them back into gaming? By and large, most likely it's not going to be fucking Microsoft or fucking Sony.
Look, I'm just in the background laughing at all this because you get all these people that say negative things about Nintendo, and I'm like, look, it's just, when you think about Nintendo, you not only think about all of the first party shit that they have, you not only think about, okay, you think about video games. That's their core. That is their value. That is what we know them for, and they haven't left that, period. Regardless of what anybody else says, they didn't go to pachinko machines. They're not trying to, you know, monopolize the NFL license or whatever, like other gaming companies or garbage like that. No, Nintendo is Nintendo. Now, the Switch being on that list, the Switch has barely got its name at this point in time.
If you think about it, the Switch has only been eligible to actually look at and talk about for what, 4.5 months?
Exactly.
Not even half a fucking year.
Exactly. We were calling it the NX.
You know, yeah, it's incredible.
And the Switch, that's what I'm saying. The Switch by name is on this fucking list. And you have motherfuckers like, not even a Scorpio made that. Not even the Xbox One S made that. Not even the Xbox, backwards compatible, whatever. Not the PS fucking VR. No. You have Nintendo things on this list just out of any search, out of anything being searched. And don't come to me and say, well, Bing has their data up and Sony and Microsoft are a part of the Bing search. No, fuck that. We're talking about Google search here, the most popular search. Okay? So don't bring Bing into this. And look, the Reverend and Gray Mouse One leads me to say this because I said it before and I say it again. As a gamer, don't matter what age you are, you owe your gaming life and existence to Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Regardless of what you grew up with, regardless if you were gaming before the NES. I was.
Same here, yeah.
Atari, ColecoVision, you know, the Odyssey. I've gamed on all those.
I remember dedicated fucking Pong machines.
Yep.
I mean, I was playing pinball growing up. But fuck, man, after the video game crash, please. The Master System was lurking in the background, but it didn't capture like Nintendo did. So let's fast forward to now. The DS, the 3DS, the Switch, Pokemon Go, Super Mario Run, all that shit is just skyrocketed in popularity right now. And many people are looking forward to the Switch. People don't even know the full lineup of the Switch, and people are like, I'm getting it day one.
Well, they've got to get it day one or on a pre-order.
Or they're not going to get it at all.
Fucking getting it at all. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Look, the NES Mini. Do we need to say any more than that? Out of anything that's came out this year, the NES Mini has fucking obliterated everything else as far as saying, I want it, I want it, I want it, I need it, I need it, I need it. And motherfuckers, as soon as they find it, they're going to buy it. They're going to buy it once for their friends or whatever. If they overstock with NES Minis this holiday season, it's over. Seriously, if you think that anything else is going to make a profit more than that in the gaming industry, no.
You know what's funny is that the numbers right now says that there's around 196,000 NES Minis that have been sold. Most of those right at the end of November. All
Good
right.
grief.
Yeah. And the general thing about it is that people are like, well, Nintendo's manufacturing demand. They are to a point. Okay. The thing about Nintendo is that what a lot of people don't realize, and this goes all the way back to the fucking Nintendo 64, is that as far as Nintendo's consoles goes, they only have their manufacturing plant in Kyoto, Japan. Okay, all of the Game Boy stuff and the DS stuff, they license that stuff out to manufacturing plants in China, and then all of the Amiibo stuff and all of that other stuff that's made in China, and then also in I believe Bend, Oregon, which is their other United States distribution place. Okay. But whenever they make things, they don't make this huge batch where they're like, oh crap, we're going to end up with like all of this shit just sitting on the shelves for
overstocked.
Yeah, overstocked for fucking months. They make sure that they, if they go out of their way and they distribute it out, they're going to sell what they have distributed out. But the other thing too is that not only does it avoid them paying for overstock fees, like just warehouse and distribution, also in stores and shit like that. But the other thing that it does for them is that they only have that one manufacturing place in Kyoto that does all of their main components for them. So they, unlike Sony, which has manufacturing places in fucking Taiwan, Malaysia, and other places, or Microsoft, which has manufacturing places in fucking Oregon or Mexico, which most of your Xboxes are made at, okay? They're made in Mexico. All right? They don't have they don't have quite the same manufacturing backbone to go ahead and put that sort of thing out. So all of their stuff that goes out is always in limited supply, especially at first. It sucks. It really fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks. But it's not by accident. People are saying that this is something that Nintendo is doing on purpose. Not completely. Because the thing is that if you sit there and you trace, I don't know, the last 20 fucking years, this has been the same thing that's happened with all of Nintendo's consoles. So it's no longer a fucking coincidence. All right. There's either they're really fucking inept, or they may not have the manufacturing power of, I don't know, a huge fucking electronics conglomerate like fucking Sony, or a huge, computer operating system and component, fucking manufacturer like fucking Microsoft. I don't know. Call me crazy, Gray Mouse, did you have any thoughts on on this stuff here?
You pretty much said what I was going to say anyway. I mean, don't think that we're sitting here praising Nintendo. Nintendo has its faults as well. And, through those faults, though, they persevere every time. I mean, yeah, the Wii U, for an example, was a colossal failure. Just call it what it is. And, then they come back with, as soon as people found out that the NX is a Switch, there's more interest. I mean, to think that Nintendo hit in more than one place on a Google search, top searches for Google, that's just amazing in itself. I mean, making one slot is amazing. Nintendo made 3 or 4 of them. Is the point that I'm making. I mean, that's insane. I think, and the fact that the Switch, like you said, 4 months ago was announced, and they made the list of the most searched thing in 2016. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I think one of the advantages with Nintendo as a whole, they play the supply-demand thing very well. Because like the Reverend said, they don't overstock. They don't just come out with them and just distribute them out. No, they make so many and they make them well. When have you heard of Nintendo shit breaking down? Red ringing or blue lighting or blowing up or fans not working or shit. You barely hear that in comparison to all the others.
Well, like in the heyday of the NES and the Super Nintendo, no, there wasn't that many. But now it's breaking down because the system's fucking 30 years old.
No, most motherfuckers still have their NESs that still work. You're looking at 3 of them.
You know what I'm saying is
I get what you're saying.
The pins bend and all that other stuff, you know. But
you can still salvage that more than the CD lens from the PlayStation 1.
Right.
But I think the real point that the theme is pointing out here is that, look, when I love the Sony systems. Okay, I really do. I'm a big fan of Sony and their consoles. Okay, not that they haven't fucked up and done really retarded things, because you just have to look back in recent history and you'll see it. Okay, but the truth of the matter is that the PS2 is a grand fucking system. All right. It was absolutely fucking horrendous when it came to recalls at launch. Okay. The PSP is a magical fucking system. I own 3 of them. It was horrible at fucking launch, okay, when it came to hardware. The Xbox, should I say anything? The Xbox 360, again, should I fucking say anything? But who has that horror story about a Nintendo system breaking down and then having to go back to the fucking repair well?
There's hardly any. As far as I've seen, as far as I know, okay, you'll jettison a Nintendo out of a window when you can't pass some of their fucking games that are on it. But anything other than that, no.
Wait, didn't the 64 have a problem?
As
With
far as
gaming lineup, yes.
No, the Nintendo 64 had a problem. The fact for about the first 4 months, you only had 2 fucking games to play.
That was it. And that's why motherfuckers were taking that back. But it wasn't the system at fault.
Yeah.
You put shit in, the shit worked.
Yep.
Yes, maybe you'll have people with their horror stories few far and in between compared to Microsoft and Sony.
Very few and far in between in comparison.
And who's going to make a bet that the Switch is going to have a variety of problems?
And I got a question. How many of us had to turn our PlayStations upside down to keep it running? I'm just saying, we had to turn it upside down, backwards, flip it over.
That's why the PlayStation 2, you can put it sideways, because people were putting your PS1 sideways. Seriously, that's why they came up with that.
But you don't have to do that with Nintendo. Look, it's that there.
Not even with your CD-based systems. Not with GameCube, not with the Wii, not with the Wii U. Mm-mm. You can put it on its side or down. It's still gonna fucking work.
I think going back to the Google thing, okay, and this is the point of this particular video. All right, generally speaking, a lot of folks, gamers. I'm a gamer. The theme is a gamer. Gray Mouse is a gamer. We love being gamers. But sometimes we hate being associated with the dumbasses who are part of the gaming community. All right, and the truth is that there's a big crowd think that fucking insists that Nintendo stop making systems and just go fucking third party. Okay. For all you guys, guess what? I love you for being part of the community. I love you for supporting the community. I love you for supporting the industry and everything else. And I recognize your passion and I recognize what you like. Okay. Guess what? Game the way you game, play what you fucking play, enjoy it to your life's content. All right. But recognize that if you're that guy who's making, half a dozen fucking comments in less than 5 minutes on a fucking YouTube video, or fucking making forum posts or opening Reddit threads, all right, and supporting them, more than a few minutes out of the fucking gaming industry as a whole, you're outnumbered 10-1. really, by the general consumer. And in the eyes of the general consumer, Nintendo is more fucking relevant than Microsoft or Sony.
If Nintendo goes third party, no. If Nintendo goes period, gaming dies. That's just my opinion.
Of course, Sony and Microsoft have nothing to copy. I'm sorry. No, actually,
I guarantee you.
I'm sorry.
Wait, on the PS5 is going back to cartridge or going to cartridge. This will be Sony's first cartridge system.
Yep.
No, the PS Vita was cartridge.
Yes, it was. And
but Sony's first console is going to be cartridge. It's going to be the PS5.
Yep.
And Microsoft follows suit.
Whoa, how?
They'll both have independent tablet controllers too.
Now wait a minute. How is Microsoft going to follow suit? They're not going to make another console. They're going to make a PC.
it's going
to that point.
It's going to be the Xbox Zodiac by the time we get to that point. Okay?
Zodiac.
Well, Scorpio. I mean, come on.
Exactly. Right.
Well, what you should take from this video, if anything, is that Nintendo is relevant and will forever be relevant, and expect a lot of what do you call it? The Switch. When Switch comes out, expect them not to be in stock.
Unless you have one, or you're going to be a dick crack that gets like 5 of them and tries.
That's what I said. Don't feed the scalpers.
No, please let them sit. Let them buy 5 of them up and let them motherfuckers sit. Fuck those guys. No, okay. Look, I mean, honestly, for anyone that's watching this video, who's going to get a Switch when it comes out? Seriously, or do you already have it pre-ordered? Did you already pay for it? Did you search on Google for the Switch or its possibilities or its capabilities and so on? I mean, come on. Shit, I know I did. I wanted to know everything about it.
I think generally speaking, as far as it goes for all of us here, if it's not obvious, we're big fans and everything else, but we are able to sit there and recognize a lot of things that, a lot of the first party publishers, whether or not they be Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, what they do when they do things that are good. All right. I have a feeling the next video that we're going to do isn't going to be so positive because guess what? Nintendo isn't exempt from criticism, and I have a lot of it, especially over things that have happened over the last few days. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this particular one up. We've been bullshitting about, hey, Google and Nintendo, and how Nintendo is actually relevant to everybody in the world today, especially in 2006. And all the bullshit about all that stuff is going to end right here. If you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave us a comment below, especially if you think we've missed something. We'd enjoy hearing from you, even if you think we're wasted cum shots. Where the fuck that came from, I don't know. All right. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Grandma's one.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, and Nintendo being relevant to gaming, to gamers, and motherfuckers that are going to be getting the Switch, motherfuckers that are going to be downloading Super Mario Run, motherfuckers that are still playing Pokemon games on the 3DS, Pokemon Go. Just Nintendo, damn it. Just make a 2D Metroid for the Switch, and I give it day 1. Credits.
You owe your gaming life to Nintendo.
You owe your gaming life to Nintendo.